Hello and welcome back to another VOD review. Today we're going to be doing a VOD review of a gold support player named MyMethLab. He's 2300 SR and I think he's going to be playing primarily Ana and Zen. Let's hop right in and see how he does.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Take your medicine. This will only hurt for a minute. Enough with the limit. Down.
Okay, wow. So that was a pretty... You know what? Even though it didn't work out,
This will only
props
hurt for a
to your team for actually just going in. Because you know what? Too many people, especially at the lower SR ranges, will just sit in the choke forever with their shield up and the DPS not doing anything, tanks not doing anything. At least this way, you know your team is gonna go in. You just have to keep them up. Okay, so let's look at what happened. Your Mei got hooked, but she survived because the other hog messed up his combo. Let's look at it slowly. So you go for the aggressive nade here. Okay, so nade usage on Ana is the most important part of playing Ana, apart from positioning. Positioning is probably the single most important thing, and then nade usage is probably the second most important thing, and it's very close right after. It's very close right after positioning. So I like the idea because you saw a lot of targets back there, and you decided you thought you could get a nice juicy grenade off.
This will only hurt
Yeah, the
for
issue
a
here is if you decide to do that, you must be confident that your team can win without the healing effect of the nade. Do you see what I'm saying? So like if you use it defensively, as in you use it on your tank to keep them up, like would you get more value out of that than denying heals on someone else on the enemy team? That's the trade-off that you always have to consider, right? And unfortunately for you, so this charge by the Rhine is kind of, he's just, I don't know what that is. He shouldn't be doing that. But they have a Zen, right? And then where are your DPS? So your junk is up. No, sorry, your Sombra's up here. First of all, you have a Sombra, and your Mei is right here. So your Mei's in the fight. Your Sombra's not in the fight. They have much of a they have a lot heavier of a frontline presence. Like they're here to to brawl and fight. Your team is not really. Your team composition is not really suited for that. So, where's your ball? Your ball really should have gone in here. Like, actually, though, where is he? What the hell? Okay, so he's back here. Yeah, so this is... okay, yeah. So... Yeah, so the anti only hit both their tanks. Yeah, I don't know if that was worth it. I think you're gonna have to... Like, at the onset of the fight like that, when you're not even really sure what team comp the other team has, to go for an offensive grenade is a really, really, really ballsy move. Like, it's almost always better to defensively grenade Unless, for example, the only one of the few exceptions would be like if you know that they have an Ana, right? So if you saw an enemy Ana up here instead of a Zen, then it might actually be worth it to go for the offensive grenade, because if you defensively grenade your Reinhardt, they can offensively grenade him and nullify your heal boost, right? So that might be one of the few times it's worth it to do that. But we'll see. We'll see. Good lamp by your BAP. Wait, is that a good lamp? Yeah, good lamp. It keeps your Rhine up. Wait, what? Oh, your Rhine just walked out of it. Okay, so your Rhine is just really stupid. And your Mei is trying to freeze an Orisa who's in gold. So like literally all you have to do here is shoot her in the face with your icicles while standing still in Immortality Field. Yeah, your team is, I mean, it's to be expected, I guess. So let's take a look at what you were doing for the tail end of that fight.
And a half would be.
God, why does it keep doing that? Okay. Okay, you go for the offensive nade. You get both their tanks. Hitting the Roadhog is nice. That's primarily the person you want to be focusing with your grenade. Yeah, you guys get that Ash. Your ball came in. Your Ron walks out of the lamp and dies. He could have just lived in there. Your Mei also could have just sat in lamp and headshotted the just shot the Orisa in the face with icicles instead of trying to spray her while she's gold. Good shots on the Sombra while she's in the air. And then you start trying to go. So here, it would have been better for you to be shooting your ball here than shooting at the Zen. Shooting at the Zen does yeah, it's, he can easily take hard cover there. So like here, if you shot like 2 shots at your ball, it would have maybe let him get out. Oh, and your bat gets died to the junk spam. Okay. Alright, next fight. See how it goes. So yeah, I would definitely recommend taking high ground here because they're not playing high ground, so it's just free for you. It puts you in an advantageous position for free. Okay, so right now, so when you're walking up here, you can see your ball through the walls, and you can tell that he's really low in health, right? And also, okay, so yeah, so you should, so as you come up here, you should your first thing should be, I need to shoot my ball to keep him up. Instead, you're like looking across the gap at the other side. Oh god, okay. Didn't want to do that. Okay, yeah, so here. So your ball gets a really juicy slam off, and your Sombra killed their Zen, so you should be pushing hard right now. Okay, good nade, because that was an offensive and defensive nade. It's the best kind of nade that you want. So very good nade there. That's the kind of nade that's the kind of time that you want to throw a nade. That particular nade, I don't think it really had any value because none of their supports are here. I guess the Moira's right here, but she's not doing anything. And then you're getting flanked by the Junkrat here. Good sleep on the Junk. Okay, dude, if you sleep a Junk, you need to get out of there. Like, especially if you're already damaged like that. The moment he wakes up, all he's got to do is drop a mine and blow it up, and you're dead. So if you sleep a Junk, Oh my god, your Mei just body shot him with the icicle. Why? Okay, so your Mei should not have done that. That's actually just throwing. But you need to be in voice chat to communicate that. I don't know if you did. It sounds like you probably might have, because the Mei actually turned around, which is rare in gold. But if you communicate that, you guys have 5 seconds while he's sleeping. You could just walk over to this side, get ready, and then you Mei headshots the junk and you shoot him once, and that's a kill. That's 200 damage. Yeah, I don't know why. So it's kind of on the. I mean, it's the Mei's fault, but you also shouldn't have been here to do this. Like, as soon as you slept him, you should have tried to get away from him, because if he wakes up, all he's gotta do is this, the mine, and then you're dead. It doesn't even have to hit you, it just has to be close to you. So you're dead there. And unfortunately, your team lost their main heals now. And both other teams' DPS are up.
I wasn't cut out for retirement anyways.
Okay, your Sombra's popping. She got that Ash. I don't know how you haven't capped yet. Where did both your tanks go? Did they both die? Oh, your Vine died. I didn't even see. And your Sombra's here. Where's your ball? Your ball's back here. Okay. Okay, reset for next fight. And you lose your Sombra, so now you need to call to wait for her. If you're not making these calls in voice chat, it's something that you need to be doing if you want to, like, calming and calling out to group, in like literally just calling to group up before team fights will automatically get you out of gold and into plat by itself. I can guarantee you that. And then if you start learning when to push forward and when to back up, that's gonna put you, that's enough to put you in diamond by itself as well. Your mechanics are fine. You could easily hit master with these mechanics. Okay, and now your run's just shield body. Waiting for the Sombra, so it's actually not bad here. Another offensive grenade. Okay, let's look at the whole fight and go back and get it again. Died to the Orisa. Okay. So your team's ulting like crazy right now, right? This is, I'm gonna call this one a bad name. You should not have done this. I get that you're trying to make it so that the Hog can't heal. But right now, look at your team. Like, your team used the EMP and the Blizzard, but your Sombra went in to, like, she translocated in when she was low, so she could die. Your Mei's already half health, and your Ryan, while he's at full health, tanks drop their health and like he can get melted in an instant. So you need to hold, like, when you look at this situation, you shouldn't be thinking, oh, I need to purple someone. You should be thinking, shit, my team is about to die, and like everyone is at critical health, and they all need healing. So I need to use my grenade to keep people up. So I would either chuck it at one of your squishies, or I would chuck it on the Reinhardt and just start healing him and anchor it, and anchor him. Because here, as you can see, your purple actually only hit the Orisa, which is completely useless, because she's gonna have gold up anyways. No one's doing any damage to her anyways.
Get back in the fight.
Yeah, and then Orisa projectiles just clean you up there, unfortunately. Like there, it probably would have been better to shoot your Mei than the ball. Or your Rhine. And then, that's just unfortunate that Orisa was focusing you. So about positioning, I do think it would have been better for you to be up here. Obviously, in hindsight, we can see that. But I don't mind you being down here because your whole team pushed main. So if you happen to push up by yourself, like say you're here, and then you turn the corner and there's a hog there, then you're either you die or you have to come all the way back around here to then start healing your teammates. So I don't mind you by being down here. But you should be cognizant though that this is like high ground is generally a better position to be in as Ana because it's a lot harder to hit you. You can always crouch and use hard cover. Like the high ground itself is hard cover, and then there's also other cover up here that you can use. Okay, so your BAP got pulled and bubbled. Actually, the bubble was too late, but their Roadhog just messed up his hook combo. So let's see where you are now. You're going bottom. Okay. This is bad positioning. If you have a tank taking high ground, you should be there with them. Absolutely 100%. And I'm assuming. Where's your ball? Yeah, I mean he plays separately, so there's no one here with you, and you're gonna be on a point with where you know all the other players are. So this is a big mistake. You should have been with your Zarya up here. So you're playing DPS right now. DPS Ana is the okay, and another offensive grenade that goes into an Arrest shield. That's a good nano. It's not gonna be enough though. And again, you're shooting the hog for 70 damage a pop when you should be shooting your Zarya. That's a good nade there, because you hit your Zarya to double her heals recede, and now the hog cannot heal himself here. Sleep him. Good sleep. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, this position here was a huge mistake. You should have been up top with your Zarya. If you had, you might have actually won that fight. Okay, so now you have a Winston. Now your tanks are going dive. I think they're just trying to get to the point faster. So you have to go main here. And yeah, it's too late. Your Winston has already died. So in this kind of situation, what you need to do is you need to nade him here. You need, like, if you don't, like, you need to nade him here so that when he goes in and you're here, you can shoot him for the double boosted heals. Because if he so if he goes in and then you try to throw the nade, there's just too much that can block it. Like, it could be blocked by an enemy player, it could be blocked by a shield, you might miss, and also he's gonna get melted. They have a hog, he's gonna get melted, and a junk. So so here you needed to nade him before he went in. Also, I don't know why he dropped bubble before he went in. That's, yeah, like, I don't have that much to criticize here from your play because your team is just throwing. Like, they're all really bad. Yeah, but I can already tell from just watching this amount of play that you need to use your grenades defensively a lot more. Like, stop trying to like, once you climb into higher SR and you have better team coordination, landing the anti on enemy players becomes a lot more useful, and it becomes a lot stronger. At this SR, I wouldn't even bother, because your team's not good enough to, I don't know if you're calming, but your team's not good enough to, well, if you aren't calming, then there's no point antiing people, because no one's gonna follow up on it, right? So if you're not calling the huge purple in calm, don't even bother doing it, because it's useless, and that even goes for higher leagues. But if you are calming, even if you are calming, I'd say it's not worth it right now, because your team is not good enough to follow up on any of the grenades that you get off. So I would just focus on using it to keep your tanks up, because your tanks at this SR clearly just like to just yeet themselves in and int. Okay, so you're on Zen on the defense.
1.
A little bit weird. I would probably have played Zen on attack and Ana on defense.
Attackers incoming.
Group up.
Defend objective
Peace
A.
be upon you.
Your team's pushed up way too far for a team that has to full hold point A. Okay, so already I see some issues. Zen, your #1 ability is Discord. Okay, Discord. You're just think of yourself as a Discord bot. You're not here to shoot orbs. You're not here to heal. You're here to Discord people. That's like 90% of Zen's job. Okay, before you harmony orb or shoot, you should always be Discording. You should Discord first every single time. Every single time. There's like not even like it doesn't even matter if your teammate is low. Discord first. Okay. Discord is everything. Discord orb is Zen. There's no point playing Zen if you're not gonna Discord. So here, you shouldn't even be looking at harmonying your teammates who are dying. It doesn't even matter. You need to Discord their players. So you need to Discord people as soon as you see them. As soon as you see them. And like, if your Discord wears off because they avoid line of sight, Discord someone else as soon as you can. Like, even if you have a right click charged, you should like cancel it and Discord. That's how strong Discord is. Okay? So think of yourself as a Discord bot. So here, you don't Discord someone until they're already in, like, that's so late. It's not even on him yet. Look at this. If you had Discorded him a second earlier, he would have paid for this with a ton of his HP. Even just Ryan swinging at him with Discord on him is so much damage. And then here, you should not have dropped. You had LOS. You could have just stayed up there and thrown the orb down. Again, you need to Discord that monkey as soon as that shield drops. Right click goes okay, so like right there. Your priority on Zen is needs work, because here, look, your Ana naded the Rhine. If you harmony him, he gets double the heals. He gets 60 heals per second, which means double the ult charge for you as well. Don't forget. Not to mention it just keeps your main tank up. But you're charging up a right click here for what? For the ball. Yeah, I mean, if you kill the ball here, it takes them a couple of seconds to regroup. If you lose your Rhine here, you lose, right? You lose the game. So your priority should be to keep your Rhine up, not to be killing people. And again, the Discord comes after you hit him 3 times. You right click, send 3 orbs at him, and then you Discord him. Cancel your right click, Discord him, and then start shooting him, and you will have done more damage. I cannot stress enough how good Discord is. Again, you're not Discording. Yeah, so this is a really big mistake. Your Ana play looked okay. Your Zen play needs a lot of work. Like here, as soon as that ball started rolling in, you need to Discord him, right? Also, your Harmony orb should not be on the Ana. It should be on your main tank, because your Ana's she's not hurt. There's no point having her orbed here. You need to orb him, especially because he's Discorded, right? And then, but before you do that, you should be Discording their ball. Okay. Because if you have him Discorded here, he dies here. Easily he dies here. There's no way he doesn't die here if you Discord him. One hammer swing and then a couple of orbs from you is enough to kill the ball there if you Discord him. And you get slammed, and your priority is to then throw the heal, or, well, I think it has actually been on her the whole time, but you, yeah, He's not diving your Ana, he's diving you. So you don't need to focus on. Yeah, and then he's not discorded. Like, so you're just doing no damage to him at all. I think you could also practice your aim a little bit, because those are some easy headshots that you're missing. And a lot of the right clicks that you've been doing haven't really been connecting either. Yeah, and because he's not discorded and he stays up, he actually ends up getting a boop, and then you get cleaned up. And that should be the end of the game. Yeah, really unfortunate. I don't think this loss is your fault at all. I think you carried your weight at the least. But there are a couple of mistakes that did cost you team fights. So I'll point them out here. Oh, okay, well, dying to the junk here was a big mistake, right? Mostly your May's fault, but it's also your fault, because you either should have moved away, or you should have called for the May to walk around and headshot him. The time when you went low ground here, it's a huge mistake, huge mistake. I didn't mind you going main because both your tanks were there with you. But if you have a tank going high ground to clear it, you need to be up here with them. Yeah. The enemy team actually played very poorly this entire game too, because they didn't hold the high ground position when they have a comp that's very well suited for it. So they should have just been sitting up here the whole time. And then yeah, so here, like, let's look at what happened to your Zarya up here. She's dueling the hog. She bubbles and jumps down. You nano her to save her. Yeah, if you'd been with her, she would have been up, so you wouldn't have had to nano her quite so early right there. And you could have waited till she was a bit higher charge. I also think she would have been a little bit calmer. She looks like she's panicking like crazy. Yeah. Where is your bat window? Up here? I mean, he's in a good position, but he should have windowed earlier, and he should have used it to heal and not do damage. Yeah. So those are the two biggest mistakes I can spot in terms of your Ana, was dying to the junk here and then taking low ground position by yourself. Yeah. Other than that, oh, and also I would try to use the grenades a little more defensively. Don't be afraid to use your grenade in advance, you know? Like, throw it on your Rhine as he's about to go in, and then just keep shooting him while he's got the effect up. And remember, you're healing for double the amount, and so is your BAP. So your Rhine is effectively never gonna die. You can basically think of him as being in like a trance or a call. And I think that's kind of necessary at this SR, just because of how bad your tank players are. Yeah, and then on Zen, you needed to be prioritizing Discord way more. Discord first always, and then Harmony, and then shoot. Or Discord, shoot, and then Harmony. If you're like, if you're like Jonak or Violet, they play very aggressively. But Discord first always. Also, the one time when you jumped down to heal the Ana, you shouldn't have, and you should have stayed up here. Would have made you much harder to dive for the ball. Apart from that, yeah, this is not a good game for a VOD review, I think. So if you can submit some other comp games, I could take a look at those and give you better feedback, because this game there isn't really very much to say. So I hope that helped, and yeah, let me know if you need any more help.